Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by GlassesUSA.com, where you can find over 9,000 different styles of in-house and brand names, including sunnies and prescription glasses. I get all of my glasses there, and I use the virtual mirror tool so I can try them on in the comfort of my own home. I don't even have to leave, choose my glasses, and they arrive right at my doorstep. All frames come with a basic prescription lens, and a complete pair of glasses, including frames and a prescription lens, starts at $30. GlassesUSA.com also offers a 100% money-back guarantee. If you're not happy with your glasses, you may return them within the first 14 days of receiving them. No questions asked, free shipping, and 100% money-back guarantee. So I chose a few pairs of glasses, so let me know which ones are your favorites. I like these ones very much. I love the square shape. And then these are my current sunnies. And then these ones. So if you need a new pair of glasses, click the link down below for a special offer. Big thanks to GlassesUSA.com for sponsoring this video and for their continued support so I can make better videos for all of you. Now today we're going to be making doodle soup. Now if you've never heard of doodle soup before, don't be alarmed. I myself, until very recently, hadn't heard of it either. It hails from Tennessee, specifically from a town called Bradford, Tennessee, in western Tennessee, and they actually have a festival, a doodle soup festival, every September. And it calls itself the doodle soup capital of the world. Now, doodle soup is a very, very humble soup. It is made from the drippings of a chicken with lots of vinegar, a little water, sometimes a bit of flour to kind of thicken things up a little bit. Some people add sugar, some people don't, a little salt and pepper, and of course, a bit of chili, specifically cayenne, to heat things up. And that's it. It's often served with either crackers, some kind of bread, or biscuits, and canned peas. So I am so curious to see what doodle soup tastes like. It sounds like it's very acidic because there's a lot of red vinegar in this. And I think that's for two reasons. Number one, cutting the fat, because we're going to be making the soup from the drippings, which contains a lot of chicken fat, so the vinegar will kind of cut that oiliness, the fattiness, but also add a ton of flavor to it as well. So I really appreciate these resourceful recipes that extend things that you have so that you can stretch things out a little bit. Now, the origins of doodle soup are a little bit mucked. Some say that doodle might be a version of cock-a-doodle from a rooster crow cry. Others say that doodle might have come from doodle wagons, which were wagons that would sell different kinds of random wares. Others say that this recipe came from the rotisserie chicken industry. I guess along the railroad tracks there are lots of chicken barns, and they would roast lots of chickens and save those drippings and then make a soup from it. At any rate, it is a traditional food of this area, and it is a resourceful way to use up things that might ordinarily get tossed. I went to my grocery store and got myself a rotisserie chicken. As I imagine most of you have rotisserie chickens at your supermarkets, if not Costco. We don't have a Costco nearby, but I remember bidding and eating a lot of Costco chickens because they're so affordable and reasonable and tasty too. So I hope this is a juicy bird. Oh, let's see. Here's the rotisserie chicken, and we will, of course, eat that up. But what we're looking for this recipe is the juice that is at the bottom. I'm gonna add that to my saucepan, and that's totally gross. What is that, sugar? There's a bunch of ants in my pot. That's funny. Okay, except it's not. But let me use a different saucepan. 1 cup of water. And because I'm curious, let's measure how much pan drippings I have. Oh, pretty good. I've got about a 1/2 cup of pan drippings. So we'll add that to that. We're gonna add 2/3 of a cup of red wine vinegar. This is gonna have some to it. These came right out of my garden. And cayenne, I believe, is what is normally used. To give this a little bit more body, we're going to thicken it with flour. The recipe I found does not say how much flour, but we don't have a lot of liquid here, so I'm guessing maybe a half teaspoon or so. And I'm gonna use a pat of butter, and I'm gonna sprinkle some flour on that butter, that much. And then I'm gonna mush it together. And this is my favorite way to thicken anything, really. If you've got a stew, if you've got a soup, this is such a great method. It's a French technique, but I forget what it's called. I did not go to culinary school, if you did not know that already. But this way you can avoid getting any kind of lumps, and you're adding a little bit of butter for richness. So, and just stir it in, and it will not lump because we have it combined in with the fat, but it will thicken things up. Now, from video footage that I've seen of this soup, the soup is much like a chicken soup in consistency. It's not very thick, pretty brothy. Some recipes include some sugar, others scoff at using sugar, but I'm just gonna add just a pinch. Whew, those vinegar fumes are strong. And that's it. That's our doodle soup. Alrighty, my lovelies, here we have it, the very humble and simple doodle soup. That's what it looks like. Let's try the soup by itself, and then I'll have it with a bit of chicken. Itadakimasu. Wow! It packs a huge vinegary punch. It's super sour. It's not very spicy. I did put 2 fresh chili peppers. Perhaps it'll be more spicy if you add dry cayenne, but the vinegar in there definitely packs a punch. It reminds me a little bit of Chinese takeout hot and sour soup, kind of. There's no egg drop in this, but kind of reminiscent of that, except it's super sour, super acidic. And I would say more of a vinegar soup than any kind of chicken soup, although you can taste some of that chickeny richness in there, a little bit. Let's try it with crackers. Make it a little bit more substantial. Definitely milder with the crackers. The crackers take a little bit of that vinegary edge off of it. Makes the soup more substantial as well. Turns it more into a meal. Let's try adding some chicken to it. All right, here we go. I think that's really the way to have it, alongside with the chicken. The chicken is moist, tender, full of chickeny flavor, but again, kind of lightens that vinegary kick a bit and adds a ton of flavor. I forgot about cayenne. I'm gonna add some extra. I love spice. Oh yeah, I like it spicy. It adds a little facet of complexity. You've got that chili heat along with the temperature heat of the soup. I like it. I think once you get used to the punch of the vinegar, it's not bad. Alrighty, my lovelies, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. And check out my Hard Times playlist. I've got a lot of historical recipes from times of hardship. And like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! Work, work, work.